Welcome to session 9 of module 2. In the earlier session, we are discussing about the self-purification of stream, what are the factors which are influencing on the rate of self-purification, oxygen sac curve, and all these things. And also what are the different zones of degradation of the organic matter present in that particular one, otherwise zones of purification and all these things. So we are in the earlier session we are discussing about the what about the disposal of the municipal wastewater by using dilution technique. Dilution technique. Other than dilution technique, there is another way of disposing the municipal wastewater is called as on-land disposal. On-land disposal. On-land disposal is one of the way of disposing the wastewater, and it is having its own advantage as well as disadvantage when compared to other type of the land disposal. Usually land disposal is applicable where sufficient land is available and also there is no running water body or water body near to that particular disposal point. In such a case, they prefer the disposal of the municipal wastewater by land disposal method. And also there is a standard is there, disposal standard is there for disposal of wastewater on for on land treatment or on land disposal. Once again, before we go for disposing the wastewater for on land treatment, we treat the wastewater with primary or secondary treatment methods and reduce the concentration up to the disposal standard, and then only it is disposed to the on-land treatment and all these things. Some of the advantages of on-land disposal are as follows: adds manure to land. Definitely, once we dispose the municipal wastewater on the land, automatically it improves the manure capacity or it is acting as a manure for the land. By that, the fertility of the land is increased and also it may in helpful for the growth of the plants which are present in the particular area. Pollution of natural water courses is minimized. Since we dispose the municipal wastewater for on-land treatment, by that it is possible to avoid the disposal of wastewater into the water courses. By that, it is reduces the what about the pollution of the water bodies. Increase fertility of land. Once again, the wastewater contains usually municipal wastewater contain nitrogen, phosphorus, potash, and all these things. These are treated as a manure or essential constituents for the growth of the plants and all these things. By that, the fertility of the land may increase, gives high calorific value of crops grow in the sewage form. Sewage form is one type of the land treatment in which we dispose this waste or sewage on the on land. By that, the crops which are grown, which are grow from the sewage form having a calorific value. Calorific value which indicates the what about the burning capacity. Usually it is indirectly which shows the what about the burning capacity. Otherwise, it is a in terms of energy, source of energy. Calorific value is high. The energy is high, does not require any installation of equipment, hence cost effect. Here, usually they are not introduce any type of the equipment. Usually, if they go for preliminary treatment, primary treatment, they may remove the floating materials, debris, and all this thing by providing the screens and all these things. That's all, and remaining thing is directly disposed to the land. So it is not require any special equipments for removing of the any constituents of the wastewater. Crops could be grown and hence return value is always possible to obtain. Definitely, once that particular wastewater or sewage is used for the growing of the crops, then usually it yields the crop depending upon type of the crop, it may give the yield. That particular output can be used for the get the economy or get the money for the farmers who are utilizing the wastewater for their cultivation purpose and all these things. Methods specially suitable where large quantity of river water is not available at all time of the year. So means there is no water body, whether it is a running water body or stagnant water body is not available near to the particular one. In such a case, the land disposal is very effective one. Some of the disadvantages related to the land disposal is difficult to get land during rainy and harvest season. Once it is rainy season, then it is not possible to get the land for disposal. As well as once the crop is harvested, at the time of harvesting, usually the crops not require any water and all these things. In such a time, in such a situation, it is very difficult to dispose the wastewater. Additional land is required for reserve. It is not possible to go for continuous disposal of wastewater. Continuous disposal of the wastewater. For that, extra land is keep it as it is reserve. If the land is reached the sickness or unhealthy condition, or it reduces its capacity of percolation and all these things, automatically we go for the another land. Means we require extra land. It is keep it as in a reserve. Sanitary reasons may not permit growing the crops on sewage farm. Means sanitary condition means if the sewage, untreated sewage is directly used for the sewage farming and all these things, then it may leads to the odor problem. As well as it is a place for the mosquitoes, breeding place and all these things. By that it may leads to the unsanitary condition in the surrounding area, and it is affecting on the health of the society or peoples who are residing in that particular one. More land area is required in sewage volume is greater since land capacity is limited. Means discharge amount of wastewater discharge is high, then total area of the land available is also high. Then once again there is a the scarcity of the land may occurs, otherwise there is no reserve land may occurs. By that it is very difficult to dispose that particular one. If all precautions are not taken, sewage farm result in sewage sickness to land and health of life. Means due to the continuous disposing of the wastewater, the percolation capacity of the land is decreases because the voids which are present in soil is blocked due to the entry of the suspended solids and all these things. By that it creates anaerobic condition and which may lead to the sewage sickness. By that it is affecting on the life and all these things. Method of land treatment. There are mainly broad irrigation as well as sewage farming are the two types of the land treatment which is commonly used for treating the municipal wastewater. Sewage mainly contains water which can be used for irrigation purpose. So usually 99.9% is water, but remaining 1% is salts is present, and also it contains organic matters like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and all these which are very essential for the plant growth. Therefore, this may be used for the irrigation purpose also. The fertilizing value of the sewage is more because it contains nitrogen, potash, phosphate. The sewage can be applied in the following forms. Means we may go for broad irrigation or sewage farming. Broad irrigation. In this method, sewage is allowed to flow over the cultivated land from which a part of sewage evaporate. Once the sewage is exposed to the atmosphere, due to the atmosphere temperature and all these things, some quantity of liquid present in sewage is evaporated, and also some quantity of sewage is percolated through the soil depending upon the permeability, depending upon the voids present in the particular one, and rest escape into the surface drainage channels. Means the remaining thing is escape to the surface drainage channels. The sewage water waters the land and adds to its fertilizing value. Since the sewage contains the nutrients, by that the fertility of the land is enhanced due to the presence of nitrogen, phosphorus, potash, etc. These fertilizing elements of the sewage are consumed by the roots of the crops like cotton, potatoes, sugarcane, grass, etc. can be profitably grown. This is also called as sewage farming. Sewage farming is one in which directly what they go for, they apply the sewage to the roots of the plants. By that, it reaches the plants. By that, the yield of the crop is increased and it is used the profit for the farmers and all these things. This is called as sewage farming also. Sewage farming. The process in which sewage is used for growing crops is known as sewage farming. The fertilizing elements of sewage is As usual, nutrients, sulfates, phosphates are used by the roots of crops. These nutrients of sewage make the field fertile. It is a profitable business and good income can be generated by sewage farming. Means if there is any scarcity of water in the surrounding area, then they may use this sewage farming. The use means the wastewater coming from the industry or municipal is they are treated preliminarily as well as secondary treatment is given. After that, it is used for the irrigation. By that, it enhance the economical conditions of the farmers who are utilizing the particular one. Application of sewage methods. There are different methods are adopted for applications of sewage. Out of which some of them are as follows: flooding method, surface irrigation method, zigzag method, lagooning method, basin method, subsoil irrigation method, ridge and furrow irrigation method. These are some of the methods which are adopted for irrigation or sewage farming or for use of sewage for the irrigation purpose. Flooding. The area to be irrigated by dividing into various spots surrounded by dikes. The sewage is filled like small ponds between the dikes. The depth of the dose varies from 3 to 5 centimeters depending upon the irrigation. What they go for just this apply the sewage in the dikes. By that they are maintaining the required depth which is required for the crops and all this thing. For that they are growing the crops and all this. Usually depth varies from 3 centimeter to 5 centimeter. For example, paddy and all these things it requires 20 everyday water. For that they are maintaining the required depth. By that it is possible to grow some of the crops. Surface irrigation. This method is most suited in sloping area. If the in the hilly region, its slope is too high. Then what they go for, they are using the surface irrigation. Here, parallel drains are constructed in the field. All these drains are connected to the distributary drains with the help of regulating device so that sewage may be flow in the required drain. Here, when sewage flows over the field, its large quantity is absorbed by the field and only excess quantity reaches the another drain. Means usually they are constructing the drains, lateral drains, main drains, and all this in an inclined slope. And then they supply the sewage or apply sewage to the field. Then the required amount of sewage is utilized by the field, and if there is excess of wastewater is there or sewage is there, then it may reach the adjacent drains. By that it drain out the excess of sewage from the field. This figure is explain or shows the what about the method of flooding. In this method, land is divided into rectangular plots and sewage is flooded over these plots at a depth of 30 to 60 centimeter. The underdrains are provided to remove the percolated effluent through the soil. What they go for, they are placing the underdrains as shown in the figure and apply the sewage from the top. So automatically it is percolated through the soil and then the percolated water effluent is drained out through the drains which are placed at the bottom of the field or bottom of the crop. Such a method is called as flooding method. Zigzag method. In this method, the ridges are arranged in a zigzag method with corresponding to furrow by their side. Means they are constructing the ridge at a zigzag manner. By that, it, it helps for staying of the sewage for some duration of time. By that, the percolation will be takes place in the field. Lagooning. These are used cheaply for sewage disposal. In this method, sewage is allowed to in a natural depression available. Artificial constructed means what they go for, they are constructing the tanks artificially. Whether it is earthen tanks or using the any masonry or materials and all these things. And then they allow the sewage to settle for few days or months depending upon the detention period. During the period, the settled solids are settled at the bottom and stabilized and dried. The purified effluent pass away from the outlet placed at the another end. What they go for, just they allow the wastewater to stay for few days or months. Automatically, the settled solids which are present in that particular settle at the bottom and stabilization takes place due to anaerobic decomposition and all these things. The supernatant, which is free from the solids and all these things, it is drained out from the outlet. Subsurface irrigation. Here, sewage is applied at the roots of the plants through the open joint agricultural drain pipes. These pipes are laid about 1 meter below the ground level. The sewage arises up due to the capillary action. Here, soil takes fewer loads, but this is an economical method. Means it is just like drip irrigation. It is just like drip irrigation. What they go for below the top level 1 meter, they are placing the pipes and all these things. Through that, they supply the sewage to the roots directly. By that, due to the capillary action and all these things, then it is the consumption of the water is reduced and also it is economical one. It is subsurface irrigation, the figure which shows the subsurface irrigation. Sewage is applied directly to the root zone of the plants through the perforated pipe or pipe with open joints. Here in the right figure, it is shown that the perforated pipe is there and it is placed below the roots. From that, directly it apply the wastewater to the roots of the crop itself. Pipe network laid about 30 centimeter below the ground level. The sewage rises up due to the capillary action and utilized by the plant. Basin method. In this method, big trees are planted in an isolated manner. Basins are formed around each tree. These basins filled with sewage. This method is suitable for fruits garden. Means what they go for, they supply the wastewater for the individual plants and allow the sewage to stay there only. Automatically, it supply the water as well as nutrients to the that particular plant. Usually, it is applicable for the fruit gardens. Fruit gardens. Ridge and furrow irrigation. In this method, sewage is supplied in furrows between crop rows. Sewage spreads laterally irrigating the area between two furrows. The width of the furrow varies from 120 to 150 centimeter and depth from 25 to 50 centimeter. The width of the ridge varies from 125 to 250 centimeter and length from 10 to 30 meter. The percolated effluent is collected in underground drains, flows towards natural drains for disposal. What they go for, just they allow the wastewater between the two ridges who ridges, and usually the distance between ridge is usually it is 25 to 30 centimeter. Width is usually varies from 125 to 250 centimeter. Depth is varies from usually 25 to 50 centimeter. In between two ridges, they allow the wastewater and stay for some hours. Then the sewage is percolated through the soil and finally it reaches the drains and disposed of through the drains. This is the typical section of a ridge and furrow method. Furrows are ditches of depth 30 to 50 centimeter and width of 120 to 150 centimeter as shown in the figure. Ridges have length 15 to 30 meter and width is 120 to 250 centimeter. Usually length is more than 15 to 30 centimeter and width of the ridge is 120 to 250 centimeter. Depending upon the requirement, they may go for varying the width as well as the length and all these things. Furrows are filled up to the depth and on the ridge crops are grows. Here on the ridge they are planting the crops and in the furrow they are supplying the water. By that it is possible to supply the sewage as well as nutrient to the crops which are placed on the ridge as shown in the figure. Some of the MCQs related to this session. The wastewater disposed on land reaches groundwater and thereby contaminates surface water. It is true. Definitely, once it is disposed on the land, the percolation will take place through the voids and all this. And finally, it may reach the groundwater source and leads to the contamination of the underground sources. What does LPED stands for? It is low pressure effluent distribution. Dash is an improved sinkhole or a subsurface fluid distribution in system. It is injection well. Wastewater is injected into ground between impermeable layers of rocks to avoid polluting freshwater sample. It is true. If its rock structure is there, automatic infiltration is avoided. By that, the quality may be increased. Dash is the controlled application of wastewater onto the land surface to achieve specified level of treatment. It is called as a land treatment. Which type of treatment methods are used for municipal and industrial wastewater? Usually, slow rate infiltration land disposal is used, adopted. How are suspended solids removed from the soil? By the method of filtration. Filtration technique is the best technique to remove the suspended solids present in the wastewater and all these things. How are the traces of organic compounds removed from the soil? By using the sorption technique. Which of the following wastewater constituents are removed by chemical immobilization? It is phosphorus, one of the nutrients which is present in the wastewater. Which of the following is an intensive method of land treatment? It is rapid infiltration. Thank you.